Are you looking for a travel trailer that weighs less than 5,000 pounds so you can tow it with your vehicle? Well, stick around. We found some awesome trailers with great floor plans that weigh less than 5,000 pounds. Hey everybody, Mike with RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVing, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified every single week when we put out a brand new video. But without any further ado, let's get started on our review of awesome travel trailers that weigh less than 5,000 pounds. This travel trailer is the Jayco Jay Flight SLX, model number 174BH. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 3,140 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,010 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 4,150 pounds. The hitch weight on it is 310 pounds. It measures in at just 21 feet, 8 inches long, and it can sleep up to 5 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right-hand side is where the owner's bed is located. Then we wrap on around through the dinette and kitchen area, and towards the back of this trailer is where the bunk beds and bathroom are located. So my first impression of this travel trailer is that it's a very small, basic travel trailer, which is perfect for a beginner or a weekender, and especially for families of 4 or 5. And as we do our walkthrough, you'll see why that is. But on my right-hand side here is where the bed area is located. So let's see what size the bed is here. We have 60 inches wide by, oh wow, 80 inches long. So this is a residential sized queen bed. Now, that's a great thing to have in here. The only disadvantage to this kind of layout is whoever's sleeping on the back side here is going to have to climb over their partner in the evening if they want to get out of bed and use the bathroom or anything like that. But hey, Susan and I did that for years in our Class C, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. Now, above here, you've got some cabinetry up top. Really a good amount of space in here, by the way, so you can store all your clothes and things up here. There's also an air conditioner up here in the corner. Now, this is sort of a window-mounted air conditioner. And you might think, you know, that's kind of cheapy. Like, I want one on the roof that's built in. Well, the advantage with these kinds of air conditioners is that they're small. If they break, they're inexpensive, and they're very easy to replace if you ever need to. And also, it keeps the height of your trailer lower because you don't have an air conditioner on the roof. So you can fit under more bridges and maybe go more places than you could with a taller trailer. Now, one other thing to consider here is, you know, location of USB ports and receptacles. And there's actually USB ports on the side of the bed, and also there are receptacles located just under the bed, so you can plug in any devices that you have. You can rest them right up here on the back of the dinette chair as like a little nightstand or whatever, and then you could put your phone or tablet there to recharge while you're sleeping overnight. One last really nice feature to point out about this bed is that it does lift up. There's a lot of storage here, and you can see how wide the pass-through door is on the exterior of this camper, which would allow you to fit larger items in, like chairs and things like that. Sometimes we see big storage space with little doors and you can't get anything in them, but in this case they did a nice job with the door size. Now, as we wrap on around through, we come to the dinette area, and the dinette itself is really meant for 2 people. There's no way you're going to get a family of 4 or 5 to sit around this dinette table. But a lot of folks bring along a clam or some kind of outdoor shelter, set it up over their picnic table, and now you have all that outdoor space that's covered that you can use as well. But I do like this dinette size. This dinette top will drop down, and this will become another bed in here. And if you do that, this bed is going to be about, we'll call it about 70 inches. And I'm guessing it's about 27, 28 inches wide. So, you know, a kid could certainly sleep on here pretty easily. I also do want to mention there is storage under one of the dinette benches. Now, up above here, we have a light to light up your dinette table, and there's also additional storage up top here as well. One more thing I want to point out down here at the bottom, this is where your fuse box is located. And these fuses are just like the fuses that are in your car. So I always recommend you pick up a multi-pack of fuses and keep it on hand. And then if one of these burns out, at least you have another one that you could replace it with. And then another nice feature we like to always see around a dinette is some kind of an outlet. So if you're working here with your computer or whatever, you need to plug something in, or maybe you just have a kitchen appliance on your table that you're working with, there is a receptacle located on the wall under the dinette table. So right across from the dinette is where the kitchen is located. This is what's known as an inline kitchen. Everything that you need for your kitchen is in one line. It's a very efficient setup. Now up top here, we have a nice big cabinet space. Next to that, you've got a microwave oven. Then you have your range hood, a double burner stove. They did a great job with this. The burners are front to back instead of side to side, which is going to give us just so much more countertop space here to work with. Kitchen sink in here is a smaller size, but it's really all you need to be able to get by with camping for a weekend or whatever. So that's fantastic. And then you have all this countertop space for a coffee maker, toaster, air fryer, whatever you would need. Another couple of nice features are that there is a receptacle here right over top of the countertop, which is perfectly placed. Love to see that. And this is a bit unusual, but this is where your TV location would be in this trailer. We normally don't see them right over top of the kitchen countertop, but I like the location because, it's up off the countertop. You can still use this area. You get a nice TV with a wall mount that can swing out a little bit, and you can see TV from either laying in bed or sitting at the dinette while you're eating a meal. So great setup on that. Then of course down below we have all these cabinets for additional storage underneath the sink, countertop, and cooktop. Now just past the cooktop is where the refrigerator is located, and this is a good size fridge for this size travel trailer. This is a 12-volt refrigerator, so it runs either off of your battery or shore power, kind of, right? The shore power will recharge your trailer battery, and your trailer battery is what runs the refrigerator because it's a 12-volt refrigerator. Now inside you'll notice that you've got ample room in both the fridge, and you have a huge freezer up top. So that's a fantastic feature in my opinion. Down below here, there's another drawer for all of your kitchen utensils. Now back behind me here is where a couple of bunk beds are located, and you guys know we look for 4 main things in bunk beds. One of them is a window, one of them is a light, one is a USB outlet, and another is just a regular electrical outlet. And these bunks more or less have all 4 of those features combined, but not each one individually. Now the top bunk up here does have a light and USB ports, and let's get a measurement on these bunks real quick while I'm standing here. So they are 76 inches by about 30 inches. So a kid or even an adult could sleep in these bunks pretty comfortably, I would think. Now Jayco's done a really cool thing where they actually have a little tag on here that tells you what the bunk capacities are. And if they're single bunks like these, they can hold 300 pounds. So that's a good amount of weight. One thing to keep in mind when you're traveling is you can't put 300 pounds of gear on the bunk while you're traveling down the road, because as your travel trailer bounces, all that weight, when it bounces, it actually creates a weight of more than 300 pounds, and it could break your bunks. So you can put things on them, you can store things on them while you're traveling, just don't max it out. Now down below here is where the second bunk is located. Down here we have a receptacle, and there's also a window, and there's a light as well. So if you have kids up here, they can certainly plug in, play their games while they're falling asleep at night, and be very happy and comfy. So here I am in the bathroom and standing in the shower like I usually am, and I'm all the way in the back of this trailer right next to where the bunk beds were located. And this bathroom is really great. I mean, this is a camper that's really kind of set up for a family, especially if you have some small kids, because they do have a tub in this bathroom, which is a great feature if you have little ones. Let them play all day, throw them in the tub at the end of the day, and there you go. But the shower space in here feels very comfortable to me. Now, I'm standing in the bathtub, and all the tubs and showers in travel trailers are raised off of the floor a little bit so they can get the plumbing traps to work and things like that. And so that's why they usually put a skylight over top to give you extra headroom, because you're lifted up off the floor when you stand in here. Let's get a height measurement while I'm standing here. And this baby is about 6 feet 4 inches into the skylight. Let's see what the regular ceiling height is throughout the entire RV. And we're coming in at about 6 feet 6 inches of ceiling height throughout the entire RV. So not a bad ceiling height for you taller folks. Now the bathroom in here is very, very standard. It's got this nice you know, plastic surround, so it'll keep your walls dry and things like that. It's got a little removable wand. Now this does come with a shower curtain. You guys know I hate shower curtains. This one does bow out into the bathroom a little bit, so it does give you a little more elbow room while you're in the shower, but you could easily replace this with a retractable shower door if you wanted to get away from the shower curtain. There's also a couple of shelves, or a few shelves I should say, in the back corner for your shampoo bottles and soap. Now, here I am sitting on the commode, and you may have noticed that there is no sink in this bathroom. Now, this is an area of fierce debate on our YouTube channel. Every time we do a tour where there's no sink in the bathroom, I always ask, let us know what you think about not having a sink in here. Is it okay to wash your hands in the kitchen sink? Or maybe mount a little germ, soap dispenser on the wall, a little, what's that stuff called?
Hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, that's it. You could mount that on the wall and use some hand sanitizer while you're in here. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. And like I said, it's a fierce debate. So join in, jump in, let us know what you think too. As far as the elbow test goes, no chance on that side, but plenty of room on the right. This camper has a really good storage space in here, and I love the fact that the door is really big. This travel trailer is the Forest River Geo Pro model number G20FKS. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 3,971 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,027 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 4,998 pounds. The hitch weight is 573 pounds. It measures in at 21 feet 2 inches long, and it can sleep up to 4 people. When you first walk in this travel trailer, on the right hand side and towards the front, you'll notice the front kitchen setup. As we wrap on around, we've got a multi-use couch area, plus your bathroom is in the mid coach, and all the way in the back is where your bed is located. Now, our first impression when we walked in here was that, man, we just love these front kitchen setups. Especially in a Geo Pro, because the Geo Pros always have this front window, and usually there's a Murphy bed here, and the only time the window is being seen is when the bed is down, and guess what? That's at night. But when you have the front kitchen set up, now you've got this beautiful window here that you can look out of, plus 2 windows on the side, so just all the natural light flooding into here really makes it feel bright and spacious. Now, starting from this side of the kitchen, just beyond the entry door, we have a cabinet door overhead, and you'll notice when I open this door, it bounces up and down a little bit. I think that if I owned this camper, I would probably change out the hardware and make this a flip-up style door, because it's a little bit unstable like this. But anyway, it's a great storage place. Down below that, we have our range hood. And then we have a 3-burner range here, which is really fantastic. And then down below that, you have a real oven. So if you want to throw a pizza in there or bake some cookies for the kids, well, there you go. Perfect spot. Now, another thing that I really love about these front kitchens is just all the countertop space that you see up front here. It's massive, plenty of room. I really give it 2 thumbs up for that. Above, you've got this big storage open area with some cargo netting in place, but I will warn you a little bit. I already banged my head on this, and so, if you have like a coffee pot or a toaster sitting back here and you go to grab it, you might smack your head on that, so just watch out for that. Now, the sink that's in here is a very nice square single bowl sink. It's deep enough for me, and I think you'll be able to do your dishes in there with no problem. And then you have this big gooseneck faucet overhead. Now, in addition to all this countertop space, they've gone ahead and put 2 towers of powers in here, 1 on each side, so you can plug in all of your kitchen appliances. Now, down below the countertop and under the sink specifically, we have these 2 drawers that pop out. And you can store like sponges or scouring pads or some soap or things like that for washing up the dishes. And then below that, three drawers for all of your kitchen utensils. And then this door opens and there's even more storage space under there. Your microwave oven is located just below the countertop. That's a great spot to put it. And then finally, we wrap on around to where your refrigerator is located. And it's a good looking fridge, and it's got a separate freezer up top. So as we wrap on around through this camper, I do want to point out that the refrigerator and the sofa are all in a slide out, and that's what helps create some of the spacious roominess in here that we're really enjoying as we do this tour. Now, over top of the sofa, you got these 3 cabinet doors that open up, and so you have some storage up in there. And then this couch is very multifunctional. It is used as a couch to sit here and relax and watch TV right on the wall across from you. Or you've got a little dinette table that you can use in here, and you know, Susan and I can fight over who's going to get most of the table when we're eating dinner, but she's going to win, I'm sure. Anyway, you have your dinette table here as well, and then finally you can remove this table and this jackknifes out into another bed, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. So all you have to do is loosen up this screw on the bottom and just pull it straight up, and the whole thing comes right on out. So then once you take out your dinette table, you can just grab your sofa and it jackknifes right out. Now let's see how big this is, because it's pretty wide. You've got about 70 inches by about 42 inches. So, you know, an average size adult or maybe a kid or even two could sleep on this sofa bed. I also want to point out that there are cup holders on each end of it. And if you were sitting here in the sofa or even in bed at night and you need to plug in a Kindle or your phone or anything, there is a receptacle at this end, and there are also a couple of USB ports. Now here we are all the way at the back of this trailer, and this is where your bed is located. Now let's see what size bed we have back here, because it runs from side to side. So it's a full 80 inches by 60 inches. So this would be considered a residential size queen bed in here. So that is fantastic. Plenty of room to stretch out and relax in the evening. There's also 3 windows back here, and as I already mentioned, you've got a receptacle and USB ports down here if you need to plug in anything overnight. Now one other really neat feature is there is a bunk bed above this bed, so if you have a little kid and they want to sleep up here, that's a great spot for them. Or if you don't have a kid or they're not sleeping up here, you can just pop this up. It's on a couple of hydraulic slides and it'll hold it up and out of the way for you. There's also a storage cabinet up above the one end of the bed so you can stow away some of your clothes. Additionally, there's another drawer down below the bed, and it's really tough to pull. I got it earlier, there we go. It's brand new, so it's a little sticky still, but you have another drawer down below. So here I am in the bathroom and standing in the shower like I usually do. And as far as headroom goes in here, well, let's get a measurement of it. So I am 5'11", as you guys know, and from the bottom of the bathtub to the top of the skylight, we have 6 feet 3 inches. So for some of you taller folks, you might have to crouch down a bit while you're in the shower. And the total headroom in here throughout this camper, you've got about 6 feet 6 inches in the center of the camper. This one has like an arched roof, so it's taller in the middle and shorter towards the side walls, but you have 6'6" in the middle of the camper. Now, this is a very basic shower, but it has a tub that I'm standing in. So, you know, this is a great little family camper, and if you have little toddlers, you want to throw them in the tub at the end of the day, boom, there you go. You also have a removable shower wand, and then there's a few shelves in the back here for your soap and shampoo, and they even have this little mesh pouch in here that you can store some other toiletries as well. Now outside of the shower, this is a really great medicine cabinet setup. It's got some outside storage and some inside storage. Very nicely done. Great size vanity sink and a ton of countertop space with a receptacle on top of the counter. So if you need to plug in any of your, shaver, blow dryer, what have you, you certainly can. And then we have open storage with some cargo netting to hold things in place. There is a door here, but it's really just an access panel. Now you'll also notice just above my head is another open storage shelf with cargo netting so you can hold things in place. There's also a towel ring here. And while I'm sitting on the commode and the door is closed, it's a little tight in here, but you have enough room in front of you and beside you that it doesn't really feel too bad. I'm not going to be able to pass the elbow test over here, but on this side, I'm in good shape. So here we are outside this camper, and instead of outside storage, they have some really nice features out here, which include an outdoor kitchen. So you pop this up, pull this guy out, pull her out this way, and your propane cooktop is right here. What a great feature to have outside your RV. And then you also have some additional storage space behind that. And there's even an outlet in here if you need to plug in some other kind of kitchen appliance. Right next to where your cooktop is, they also have this little shelf that just attaches right to the side of your trailer. So that's a nice additional spot if you need to just put something down or set your beer down while you're doing something. Nice little tabletop there. Now towards the front of this camper, this is a great little feature too. It has a mini fridge. So for you guys that like to keep a couple beers cold outside, or maybe keep some sodas or waters out here for the kids, boom, there you go. This travel trailer is the Lance, model number 1475. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 3,225 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,275 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of just 4,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 340 pounds, it measures in at 14 feet 10 inches long, and it can sleep up to 2 people. When you walk into this travel trailer, on the left-hand side is where the refrigerator is located and the bathroom, both towards the back. And then as we wrap on around, we come through the kitchen and living area, and finally the bed is in the front of the trailer. Now when you first walk in, you've got your refrigerator located on the left-hand side. And this is a great size fridge for a very small travel trailer. You can see inside, you've got plenty of room inside of your refrigerator, and you have a separate freezer up top. Now some of you guys might notice that there are some fins in the back of this refrigerator. And what you're seeing here is the optional 3-way refrigerator that you can upgrade to when you purchase this camper. What would normally come standard would be a 12-volt compressor style refrigerator, but in here they've gone ahead and just shown the upgrade option. So no matter what you want, you can go ahead and get it in your Lance camper. Also, just next to the refrigerator is a little pantry cabinet here, and all the shelves are in here are fully adjustable. Down below the fridge, they have another cabinet door, but this is really just an access point to get to some of the technical matters within this trailer. So here we are now at the kitchen area inside this camper, and it's just a beautiful looking kitchen. From the two-tone cabinets to the nice backsplash and the window above, the whole thing just looks great. But starting up top here, they have these wonderful doors that open up. On the right-hand side, you have lots of storage space, and on the left-hand side, you have your microwave oven. Now, down below that, you have, of course, your range hood above, and then they put in this really cool looking backsplash here. So if you have any splatter while you're cooking, it helps protect your trailer walls. This is a 3-burner cooktop, and then down below that, there is a really nice fuller sized oven in here. You could actually get 2 oven racks in an oven this size and bake a pizza or 2, or bake a double batch of cookies, whatever you would like to do. Now moving across from that, we have a really nice big window over top of the kitchen sink, which lets in lots of natural light, even a little bit of countertop space. And these countertops are fantastic, by the way. They're very, very pretty. There's a nice big single bowl sink here with a big old gooseneck faucet and sprayer. And then as we keep moving to the right, we have all of the controls and some speakers for your radio system up top here. TV is mounted here, which is in a great spot, by the way, because you can see it from your bed, or you can see it from your swivel chairs just as easily. So great spot for that. And then we have some additional countertop space here. Now, if you have a toaster or coffee maker, things like that, there's a receptacle on the one side of this cabinet, and there's also a receptacle on the front of the cabinet up near the sink area. So you have a couple places where you can plug in your kitchen appliances. Down below the sink, there is just tons and tons of storage under here, and this is where your kitchen drawers pull out so you can store all of your kitchen utensils away. And underneath of the secondary countertop, there's just a massive amount of storage under here. I don't know why they don't have a shelf built in here, but you could install one yourself rather easily, or you could use some bins to store things away under there. So here I am sitting at what would be the dinette area, but it would also be sort of your living area, right? You could use it either way in here. There is no dinette per se, but they have these cool looking swivel chairs in here. And then that gives you a nice dinette table that you can use for, you know, eating dinner or working away on your computer. I did forget to mention that underneath of this swivel chair, there is a drawer that pulls out, so you have some extra storage there as well. Now, above your swivel chairs, you have this nice big window here, so you can get a nice cross ventilation through this entire camper. There's a couple of lights above with some open storage, and then above that, we have more storage behind the cabinet doors. Now, one cool thing about the Lance campers is, let's say you don't really like the swivel chairs. You would prefer to have a sofa that maybe jackknifes into another bed. Well, you can choose the slide out option in the 1475 model, which will change from the swivel seating to a nice sofa in here. And then this becomes your dinette, and it's your sofa for lounging. So if you go ahead and jackknife your sofa out, like so, you will end up with a sofa or bed that is about 60 inches by 37 inches. Now, at the very front of this travel trailer is where the bed is located. And let's get a measurement on this. This is a pretty big bed, I think, because it does run from side to side in this camper. And so it is. It's a full 80 inches long. And then, of course, it is 60 inches wide. So this would be considered a residential size queen bed in here, which is fantastic. Now, you've got 3 really nice windows here that you can open up and get all kinds of fresh air in here. And then they have some storage overhead with some cargo netting to hold things in place. Now, again, there are some receptacles and USB ports on the side of this cabinet here. So if you're laying in bed and you need to charge your phone or tablet or Kindle or whatever, you can place them right here on the countertop in a nice place to store them. Now, underneath of the bed is all storage space, and it's accessible 3 different ways. One of the ways you can get to it is right underneath the bed from inside your camper, and then it also has access doors from the outside on either end. So here I am inside the shower like I usually am, and I have to say, you know, I like the corner style showers, but this one seems to be a little bit on the small side. The shower curtain does wrap around and it will stick to you while you're taking a shower, no way around that. But it's on a track, so it helps control the curtain and keep it in the shower with you so you don't get water out on the floor. Now, behind me here is where your faucets are, and then of course there's a couple of shelves for your shampoo and soap. Now let's see how much headroom we have in here. I'm kind of curious to see that. You guys know I'm 5'11", and if we measure up into the skylight, we have about 6 feet 7 inches of space, and headroom in the entire trailer is about 6 feet 8 inches of space. So for you taller folks, you know, maybe this is a good option because you've got that full-size queen bed, plus you have, you know, some good headroom throughout the entire camper. Now, just outside of the shower is where, you know, the vanity and medicine cabinet are located. Very, very nice touches. I mean, the lighting in here, the way they use the plastic around the openings to all their shelving. I mean, the fit and finish in a Lance camper is really, really nice. Down below that, we have a small vanity with a big sink. This is a deep sink. Man, how deep is that thing? Uh-oh, let's find out. I would say that's about 8 inches deep into that sink. That's incredible. So, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't splash as much water around inside this bathroom if I had a deeper sink to work with, and I know that would make Susan extra, extra happy. Now, down below your vanity, there's another cabinet down here with a built-in shelf for additional storage. So here I am sitting on the commode in here. No way I'm going to pass the elbow test on my right, but on my left-hand side, there is plenty of room. Hey guys, let us know which one of these travel trailers you like the most and why in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you. But if you want to see even more travel trailers that weigh less than 5,000 pounds, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.